What if the perfect place to commit a crime actually exists? A place where the law technically can't prosecute you. In Marshals Season 1, Episode 2, Kayce Dutton and his team are sent into a remote stretch of land known as the Zone of Death. At first, it sounds like just another strange legal loophole. But fans of Yellowstone immediately recognize the truth. This place isn't just some forgotten corner of Wyoming. It's the same location the Dutton family used for years to make their enemies disappear. Has he really left the Dutton way behind, or is it still a part of who he is? Because what Kayce does in the final minutes of this episode changes everything. The episode begins with the Marshals investigating a dangerous meeting between two violent groups, the 406 Royals and the Aryan Brethren of Idaho. These aren't small-time criminals. These are organized, heavily armed gangs planning a major drug exchange near the Wyoming border. And the place they choose for the deal is not random. They're meeting in the Zone of Death. Now, for anyone who hasn't heard of it before, the Zone of Death is one of the strangest legal loopholes in the United States, which makes prosecution almost impossible. But when Kayce hears the name of that place, something changes in his expression. Because he knows exactly what it is. For years, this was the Dutton family's secret dumping ground, a place where problems disappeared and never came back. But Kayce keeps that information to himself. When his team asks if he knows anything about it, he simply says no. And in that moment, you can already feel the tension building. The Marshals move into position, watching the criminals from a distance as they prepare for the exchange. Everything about the situation is tense. The terrain is rough, visibility is limited, and everyone knows one wrong move could turn this into a full shootout. The plan is simple. Observe first. Strike when the moment is right. But then something unexpected happens. One of the Marshals, Miles, suddenly finds himself face to face with a rattlesnake while hiding in the brush. Normally, someone would just kill the snake and move on. But Miles freezes. It's a small moment, but it creates a huge problem. One of the gang members begins moving toward Miles's hiding spot. If he discovers him, the entire team will be compromised. Kayce doesn't wait. He fires. The gunshot drops the gang member instantly, but it also shatters the silence of the entire operation. Within seconds, chaos erupts. Gunfire breaks out between the Marshals and the criminals, turning what was supposed to be a controlled operation into a desperate fight for survival. This is where his instincts kick in. During the shootout, members of the Aryan Brethren manage to escape with a truck carrying a bomb. If they get away, the damage could be catastrophic. He jumps into pursuit, pushing the chase into dangerous territory. The tension here is intense because you can feel how personal this mission is becoming for him. Finally, Kayce manages to stop the vehicle the only way he knows how. He destroys it. The truck explodes, ending the immediate threat. The mission is technically successful. But what happens next is the moment that defines the entire episode. After the explosion, one of the criminals survives. Barely. The man is badly injured, lying on the ground and begging Kayce to end his suffering. Kayce looks at him for a long moment. Then he pulls the trigger. In that moment, it feels like mercy. But what Kayce does after that is what truly shocks the audience. Instead of calling it in, instead of reporting the body, Kayce loads the corpse onto his horse and rides toward a nearby ravine. Then he pushes the body over the edge. For longtime fans of Yellowstone, this moment hits hard. And now Kayce has used it again. When Kayce returns to the Marshal headquarters later, someone notices the numbers don't match. So they ask Kayce what happened. He doesn't panic. He doesn't even try very hard to explain. Instead, he simply shrugs and says something that sends chills down your spine. Kayce understands exactly what that place is. And he used it. Not as a Marshal, but as a Dutton. This episode quietly asks a powerful question. Can someone truly escape the life they were raised in? Kayce joined the Marshals to create distance between himself and the brutal legacy of his family. But when he was pushed into a corner, he didn't act like a lawman. He acted like a Dutton. And that's what makes this ending so powerful. Because it suggests that no matter how far Kayce runs, the shadows of the Dutton family are still right behind him. It's a story about identity, about the past, and about the kind of choices that define who you really are. Kayce Dutton may wear a badge now. And if this episode is any hint of what's coming next, Kayce's past isn't done with him yet. Not even close.